WTBQ.
Okay, welcome to Take Care of Business. I'm Mike Sweeten, your host, supervisor of the great town of Warwick, as well as a local business owner, the General's Garden, and fall has certainly hit our area. It's apple picking time, which is a good time around here. It gets a little busy, a little crazy on the roads, but look, it's good for the farms, good for the orchards, and good for the businesses that people get to drive by, stop in, maybe get a bite to eat, and get a little bit of sense of what it takes to be around here and live in this area. So we welcome our visitors. They spend some money, and the harvest, by all reports, seems pretty good. Maybe a little light on the apples, so if you planned on getting out there, you probably want to get out there before they're all gone. I had one the other day that just nothing better. We've got at least 5 orchards in town, so that gives you plenty of choice from small to large. You don't have any excuse. And of course, this is Apple Fest weekend. It's this Sunday, and it is from 10 to 5 when 35,000 of our closest friends come to the area and hopefully support most of our not-for-profits who have a booth there at the Apple Fest. It will be, again, as last year, stretching all the way from Main Street. South Street is closed, Railroad Avenue is closed, and South Street will be closed all the way up to Stanley Deming Park. The rides are all set up there for kids to use, which is great. And there'll be vendors all along South Street, so it makes that walk up there, which is not that long anyway, but it makes it a little bit more enjoyable. And there'll be food in all the locations. There'll be bands and entertainment all day. You can't miss it. So come on, have a good time. It's a good family event. The weather looks like it's going to be great. Little rain Saturday, but that should clear out in plenty of time for Apple Fest. And the folks at Apple Fest do a great job, and I'm sure they're looking forward to welcoming you. The information booth will, of course, be at the South Street Caboose, the home of the Warwick Valley Chamber of Commerce, who, by the way, will be celebrating I believe it's their 75th anniversary with a dinner on November 8th. So if you'd like some information on that, you'd like to attend, you go to warwickcc.org, and you'll be able to get your tickets and get your reservations. It's going to be a great time. It is going to be held down, I believe it's called the Red Tail Lodge, which is just across the border down in Vernon. Because they're expecting 200 people, and we unfortunately don't have a venue large enough in Warwick to hold 200 people for a dinner. We're working on that, but for the moment we don't. So check it out, warwickcc.org, or call 986-2720 to reserve your tickets for that event today. A couple other items just to make note of. This Monday evening at 7 p.m. at the Middletown High School, there will be a congressional candidate debate. Our incumbent Congressman Sean Patrick Maloney will be debating former Congresswoman Nan Hayworth, who is seeking to regain the seat she lost to Congressman Maloney last term. So it should be an interesting debate. I think there are very sharp differences between the candidates. So you'll be in for, I think, a very informative evening. And that is being sponsored by the Orange County Citizens Foundation. I am on the board of the Citizens Foundation, and if you don't know what they are, really it's a grassroots citizens group, and it's a non-political entity. It looks to improve the quality of life in Orange County, so it brings up issues and addresses issues that are pertinent to all of us, that affect all of us. And you can be a part of that. It's very easy to be a member. You can call 469-9459 or go on OrangeOCCitizensFoundation.org online, and you'll be able to sign up right there. Membership is really not that expensive. Just to join a regular supporter, it's $100. If you're a student, it's $15, and you can go up from there. But a lot of good things. They have forums all through the year. They sponsor many different informational events. They're located in their headquarters at the Seligman Farm, which Kurt Seligman obviously was a very famous artist, and he did live in Sugarloaf, and his wife donated the facility to the Citizens Foundation because she did believe so strongly in the organization. So it's beautiful there. They have a gallery. They have exhibits all the time. You can stop in and say hello. So remember, it's 469-9459. and that's the Orange County Citizens Foundation. So mark your calendar for Monday night at Middletown High School, 7 p.m. I hope to see you there. The other item is that the Warwick Rotary Club is holding once again their 5,000 ticket sale, which is to benefit all the local charities that we support as Rotarians. I am a member of the Rotary, as are Taylor and Frank here, and Katie Hansen, who we're going to talk about in a minute. And so it's a great organization. We have these tickets, and we only sell, and I'm going to see if I can get this right, I think we only sell 299. So you have a great shot. They're $50 each. If you'd like one, you can give me a call at 986-6808. That would be a good number to try. And leave a message, and I'll get back to you. And again, they're only $299. All the Rotarians are out hustling, trying to sell them. The drawing will be held here on WTBQ Radio on November 21st at 12 noon, right here on this show. So let's see if we can get these tickets sold, so we can get on with doing some good stuff for the citizens of Warwick. So this is kind of I think a really, really interesting show we're going to have today. I have had this guest on, I think once before, maybe when they first opened. And, of course, I'm talking about Ryan Hansen. He is the co-owner with Katie of CrossFit Warwick. CrossFit Warwick is located at 77 Forester Avenue, Ryan?
Yeah, 77 Forester.
And that is in the Mechanical Rubber Building, so you can't miss that. You pull in the parking lot, and if you go to the right of the building, there's plenty of parking there, and the entrance is right around the back.
Yeah.
And you've done a great job with that, Ryan.
Yeah, it turned around a little bit.
Yeah, it's I was there for the ribbon cutting, and you've got a lot of good space for people to get active and get involved in CrossFit. So for those who don't remember the show when we first did it, let me ask you, what is CrossFit, and how does it work?
CrossFit's a strength and conditioning program, class-based. So you come in, it's coach-led. Coach is going to bring you through a warm-up, strength portion, and then a metabolic conditioning workout, which is where you sweat, and then stretch out, roll out kind of thing after that. Do some recovery stuff, and kind of go on your way. All done in like an hour.
So so an hour will give you a pretty good workout. And how many days a week do you recommend somebody, the average person, do this?
It depends on the person, but 2 to 3 to start out with. Probably more on the 2 side, and then as you get more accustomed to it, I would recommend 5.
So so you build yourself up to do it, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then we talked about hours, but the hours are somewhat flexible because you run the classes around how many people are.
Yeah, we have classes early morning and in the evening, and like kind of midday. We also do personal training throughout the day, so everything's kind of flexible with our schedule.
All right, and you have a website. It's called CrossFitWarwick.com. Their phone number is 845-986-7800. And do you have classes like 7 days a week, or is there a day you don't do it?
7 days a week. We're open 7 days a week. There's open gym. We kind of open gym is where you come in and work on skills that you're not so great at.
Okay.
And that's kind of on Sunday.
And that you do on your own?
On your own. There's a coach there present. But it's kind of just, I need to, get into my own mind space and do movements that I'm not so great at.
Okay. So the novice that's interested in perhaps doing this, they shouldn't be intimidated, right? You guys have great staff. You get them, if you've never done anything like this, you work them up to it, right?
Yeah. We just had a guy come in, had a hip surgery, 62 years old. He's like, I don't think I should be here. We're like, no, we could take care of you. And now he's in love with it. So I started with personal training because he needed some, very scaled kind of things, meaning modified. Now he's doing pretty good.
So again, it can be fit to your needs. Listen, we're all living longer, and we need to stay healthy. So this is a great way to get your body being used all the time, and your muscles conditioned, and have you be looking at those later years in pretty good shape.
Yeah, we want to push those years off, the nursing home. We want to get strong now and just keep pushing that nursing home back. That's the goal.
It's a great goal. And this is CrossFit Warwick. Again, their number is 986-7800. They're located at 77 Forester Avenue in Warwick. That's the Mechanical Rubber Building. Pull in the parking lot, go around to the right side of the building, and you'll see the entrance. But that's not really the reason we're here today. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to learn about Warwick Weightlifting Club.
Having difficulty sleeping with a dip in the bed is the reason so many people are rushing to Millspaw Furniture to switch to two-sided Shiftman mattresses, and we accommodate them once we determine that they're not talking about their spouse, but a sag in their mattress. Hi, this is Keith Millspaw of Millspaw Furniture of Walden, Warwick, and Poughkeepsie, and our Shiftman mattresses offer a supportive sleep experience that's totally different than that of one-sided, non-flippable sinkhole mattresses that are found in every other bedding store in the area. Millspaw Furniture's unique handmade flippable mattresses are hand-tufted all the way through the mattress, securing the natural cotton and luxurious foams in place on both sides to prevent uncomfortable sinkholes that ruin your good night's sleep. Isn't it worth $1 or $2 a day to get a great night's sleep? Invest in a two-sided handmade flippable Shiftman mattress set, a mattress that will actually support you for years to come and let you get rid of that dip you've been sharing your bed with. Sturdy, elegant, comfortable, timeless. That's Millspaw Furniture, where we've been offering non-disposable furniture and mattresses since 1858.
Here at Middletown Medical, the Hudson Valley's premier healthcare services provider, we know your time is valuable, which is why we're now offering a reservation service for our walk-in urgent care center at our beautiful New Chester location in the ShopRite Plaza. Simply call us when you're on your way, and you'll be the next person taken upon arrival. When you're in need of urgent care services, think of Middletown Medical's Reserve Your Spot program. Your health care, all in one place. Call Middletown Medical, 845-469-2692.
Warwick Press is your full-service digital print shop. When it has to look its best, trust Warwick Press with your business cards, newsletters, letterheads, event calendars, and more. They can gloss UV coat your project, do spiral and saddle stitch binding, and lamination too. Let Warwick Press do your posters and banners, trade show graphics, and displays. Warwick Press, 33 South Street. All major credit cards accepted. Call 986-9846. That's 986-9846.
Suffering from allergy congestion?
I was so stuffed up at the fall festival. I couldn't smell the apple cider or enjoy the hayride. Then I tried Allegra D.
Allegra D decongests and depressurizes with a fast, non-drowsy antihistamine plus a powerful decongestant. It starts working in 1 hour and lasts for 24 hours of congestion-free breathing.
Now, fall is truly breathtaking again.
Allegra D, defense against allergy congestion.
Look for Allegra D at the pharmacy counter. Use only as directed. Visit Allegra.com.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Save a life. Friday, October 10th, shopping, music, and dancing with DJ Mikey. Food and wine tasting, massages, makeovers, henna tattoos, and much more. All this to support Miles of Hope Foundation. milesofhope.org. Sponsored by Bon Secours Charity Health System. Vendors contact Tim at Style Council, 986-6996. Pink Friday, October 10th, 2 to 9 p.m., rain or shine, Main Street and Railroad Avenue in Warwick.
Rich Arnott calling the play-by-play every week for the Warwick Wildcats right here on WTBQ.
Sponsored by Leo Cadis Ford, Wine and Design, Middletown Medical, Sealy and Derlin Insurance, Ye Old Warwick Bookshop, Dental Arts of Orange County, the Blarney Station, and Panarelli Realty.
WTBQ. And welcome back to Taking Care of Business. I'm Mike Sweet, and I want to remind listeners that if you'd like to text a question for my two guests, which I'm going to introduce again in just a moment, you can do that to 845-397-7743. It'll pop up on the screen here, and we'll be able to answer your question. A lot of people don't like to call in. We don't normally take calls, but texting is a good way to get something if you have a question about the subjects we're going to talk about. And, of course, one of them was CrossFit of Warwick. CrossFit Warwick is located at 77 Forester Avenue. It's in the right side back of the mechanical rubber building, and there's plenty of parking there, and they've done a great job in getting the workout area in good shape, so there's plenty of room for you to do the program that they'll run you through. And again, I just want to remind people, it's not just for young people, it's for all ages. I know several people who are older than I am, if that's possible, who do it. And at Rich, okay, so Rich might do it as well. And if you want information on it, please call Ryan Hansen or Katie at 986-7800, and they will get you started. Again, they'll just work you up from novice to, before you know it, you'll be knocking on the door to come in at all hours, right? Yep. All right. So, again, let me welcome Ryan Hansen, but I also want to welcome a very, very special guest, Donny Shankle. Donny is he's the weight coach for the new venture called Warwick Weightlifting Club that's out of the CrossFit facility. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like split down the middle, so half the side is Warwick Weightlifting Club, the other side is CrossFit Warwick, kind of under the umbrella of Intrepid Strength and Conditioning.
Okay, so welcome, Donny.
Thank you for having me.
And you are the weight coach for this, but you're also training for something. Is that right?
Yes, I'm the weightlifting coach for the Warwick Weightlifting Club, and while I'm also here in Warwick, I'm preparing for the 2016 Olympics.
Wow.
In Rio de Janeiro.
In weightlifting, I assume.
Yes, the sport of weightlifting.
Wow. Is there other classes for weightlifting? A different...
Yes, there's multiple bodyweight classes. It ranges anywhere from 56 kilo man all the way up to 105 kilo plus man.
Wow.
I speak in kilos here, but just because
Americans just never got the kilo thing.
I'm
really.
so used to lifting weights all the time that's all we use.
So can you give us a quick conversion to something that...
Yeah, 105 kilos, which is my class, is 231 pounds. 56 kilo class, I believe it's somewhere around 125 pounds.
Okay.
You know, so there's multiple divisions for many different body weights.
Wow. And so you're training, and then will there be like tryouts and things that you have to make the weightlifting team?
Yes, right now I'm preparing for the American Open, which is at the end of this year, second weekend of December, which will be my first national contest in a while. And as we lead up to that, there's some local competitions that I will have to lift well in to qualify for that.
To qualify. And do you like go on a circuit? Is it held all over the country? Or?
Yeah, the last competition I competed in was with the Warwick Weightlifting Club in Latham, New York.
Okay.
It was the first time that I had the chance to compete in New York, and that was really exciting. Everybody in the weightlifting club placed. From our masters lifters, which at the age of 45 and older, to our junior lifters, our female lifters, and all of our senior men's team lifters. We all placed on the podium, either first or second place, and I was really proud of them to see that.
That's really
and
great.
I also posted a total, which enabled me to qualify for the American Open. And we have another competition coming up. Actually, we just got done competing in a competition in New York in Elmira. I was not there for that. I was teaching a few places over in Asia. But everybody in the weightlifting club did fantastic. We had one of the girls on our weightlifting club team also qualified for the American Open. So I was really proud to hear that. And then we are competing again on the 12th. So we're competing left and right here.
Wow.
We're going to Massachusetts. So I'm going to be competing in that, and I'm very excited.
Now, Ryan, are you part of the Warwick Weightlifting Club?
Yes, I'm one of the lifters.
All right. And do you have a goal that you're striving for? Or maybe not the 2016 Olympics, but
2018 Olympics with USA bobsled. That's the goal. I got to get a little bit better with sprinting. My strength's there, but sprinting has got to get a little bit better, just so I can make the team.
And the bobsledding is that a two-man or?
Whatever they need me to do to get on the team and get to the Olympics.
And I assume there's similar type of trials that you have to qualify for.
There's a combine, then there's push championships, and then I don't know after that, but there's a bunch of steps. And
the weightlifting you feel is something that will help you?
Oh, definitely.
With that endeavor?
Yeah. You got to be strong. You got to be able to move. That sled is like 500 pounds, so you got to be able to move it.
Okay. So, Donny, let me ask you, how did you get into weightlifting? What made you want to do that?
Well, I started when I was about 15 years old after watching the the Atlanta Games.
Okay.
I think there's for me at least, I think there's an appeal for many young men to be strong, and that was the initial reason why I wanted to do it, And it's fun. Weightlifting is a fun sport. Just to give people an idea of what the sport of weightlifting is, because it's always a back and forth trying to explain exactly what it is. It's composed of two separate disciplines. One of the lifts is called the snatch, which is where you lift the weight, hoist the weight straight from the floor over your head in one fluid motion. Okay. And the second discipline, or the second lift, is composed of actually two lifts, which people are more familiar with, which is the clean and jerk. This is when you see the weightlifter. Usually there's the big memory of the Russian bear, Vasily Alexiev, back in the 60s, cleaning the weight to his chest and then doing a little short jump as he jerks it overhead. So those are the two disciplines within the sport of weightlifting. When we talk about weightlifting here, we're not talking about going into the gym and lifting weights as a form of exercise, as a form of working out. we're talking about the sport of weightlifting that you compete in on a broad national level and international level. And what appealed to me in the beginning was just being stronger. And as I've trained and as I've competed over the years, there's so many attributes within the sport of weightlifting. Strength being the number one primary. I chose to do weightlifting to be competitive in the sport of weightlifting. But as you see, Ryan, he's using the sport of weightlifting to be strong in his sport, bobsledding, that he is going to be competing in. But within the sport of weightlifting, you're also training speed, coordination, flexibility, agility, balance, timing, and courage. All of these attributes together, I think it makes it a very, like any sport or anything you do, to become very good at it, you're going to have to put in that consistent practice,
So it's two separate events then?
Yes.
So you could compete in one, but not the other?
You compete in both. A typical weightlifting competition, there's usually an all-day affair. You weigh in about an hour before you lift, and then you get 3 snatches. You call your opening attempt, say I want to open up with 130 kilos or 300 pounds. And then you have a second attempt and a third attempt, and it gets pretty dramatic, especially when you have a high level of caliber lifters all lifting the same weight. Who's going to put on that extra kilo and lift more to walk out as champion?
So that's how you win, is the one
that... After you do your 3 snatches, there is typically a short break, and then you come back and you do your 3 clean and jerks. At the end of the day, the judges, after they have either passed or failed your lifts, they add up the 2 lifts together, which gives you the total. And the weightlifter who has the highest total, say he goes in and snatches 100 kilos and he clean and jerks 130 kilos. Well, he has a 230 kilo total. Whichever weightlifter has the highest total at the end of the day, biting that another lifter has not tied him and beaten him on body weight, is how they choose who the gold medalist is.
So the less heavy,
let's say you got 2 lifters that both lifted a total of 230 kilos. Well, one of those lifters, let's say he weighs 94 kilos and the other lifter weighs 93.8 kilos. Well, the lifter who weighs 93.8 kilos would win because he's the lighter man.
Wow.
So even by a very small degree of 0.2 kilos, which is a half a pound,
So that's fascinating. Is that in the class that you're in? Is there a weight? There's a weight range that you can be?
If I'm over 105 kilos, then that would push me to the 105 plus or super heavyweight weight class. And I typically try to steer clear of that weight class because those are some large men.
Some big guys.
Very 300 pounders, which I'm sure I could still outlift them if I wanted to get in there. And, but for the most part, I've had a fantastic time the past 15 years competing in the sport of weightlifting. Took 5-time national champion, competed on 3 separate world teams, placed as high as number 2 in my country, nearly making the last Olympic Games. But unfortunately, we only took 1 man to that competition, and I'm really happy to be here in Warwick, now teaching everything I have learned over that time with some fantastic coaches and having the privileges to teach all over the world. And now I get to share that knowledge with the Warwick Weightlifting Club, and look at us, now we're competing all over the Hudson Valley area.
We're speaking with Donny Shankle. He is the weight coach at the Warwick Weightlifting Club, located at CrossFit in Warwick at 77 Forester Avenue. Give him a call at 986-7800. We're going to take another break. When we come back, I'm going to ask some questions about how someone gets started in weightlifting. We'll be right back.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Save a Life, Friday, October 10th, shopping, music, and dancing with DJ Mikey, food and wine tasting, massages, makeovers, henna tattoos, and much more. All this to support Miles of Hope Foundation, milesofhope.org, sponsored by Bon Secours Charity Health System. Vendors contact Tim at Style Council, 986-6996. Pink Friday, October 10th, 2 to 9 p.m., rain or shine, Main Street and Railroad Avenue in Warwick.
Have a problem with your computer? Need an upgrade or a boost to your computer speed? The Computer Guy offers sales, service, and repair at competitive rates for your business or home. The Computer Guy builds servers and workstations, sets up secure wireless connections, transfers data, including system installation, remote access, and backup of your daily files. Trust the Computer Guy by calling 845-988-0708 or visit them at 14 West Street in Warwick.
Dental Arts of Orange County is the perfect blend of a spa with high-tech dentistry, all in one classic and stylish office right on Main Street in the Village of Florida. Choose Dental Arts of Orange County whether you are in need of regular dentistry, cosmetic dental options such as Invisalign to enhance your smile and your self-confidence, or you just want to turn back the hands or the face of time with cosmetic treatments such as Botox and Juvederm. Call now for a complimentary consultation at 651-4647. With over 26 years of experience and ongoing advanced training and technology, Dr. Batafalvi is the only dentist for you and your entire family for all your needs. The Spa and Dental Arts of Orange County is the place everyone is talking about for state-of-the-art advancements in both dentistry and cosmetic treatments. Call now for a complimentary consultation at 845-651-4647 and visit their offices at 14 North Main Street in the Village of Florida. Proud sponsor of Warwick Wildcats High School Football, Panarelli Realty is also the proud winner of the 2014 Record Reader's Choice Award for Best Real Estate Company. Whether buying or selling your home, call Panarelli Realty today and let their team of real estate professionals help you with your next move. Experience, honesty, and dedication, Panarelli Realty handles all aspects of residential sales. Like them on Facebook and give them a call today at 651-1776.
Hey, this is Joe Dans. Connect the dots in these challenging times with my creativity and technology for business and life show every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on WTBQ, AM 1110 and FM 93.5. Radio worth listening to.
Hanger steaks with French onion sauce. From the kitchen table in New York City, I'm Rachel Ray, and this is Rach on the Radio. This delicious steak dinner tastes like it's topped with French onion soup. 2 hanger steaks, 1 pound each with herbe de Provence, salt and pepper, and a drizzle of olive oil, fat drizzle of olive oil. Cook the onions for about 25 minutes. Light caramel in color, sugary sweet. Now we're ready to add a little splash of dry white wine. Give that a stir. We're gonna turn the onions into a tiny batch of French onion soup, basically. Then you're gonna add veal or beef stock. And then, because we don't have the cheesy crouton on top, I'm gonna add a little bit of creme fraiche to turn this creamy, delicious. So now our steaks are ready. You really wanna let it rest just a little bit so the juices can redistribute back into the meat before you start slicing into it. For this recipe and more food tips, go to RachelRayShow.com. From the kitchen table in New York City, I'm Rachel Ray.
Imagine a store that lets you get the things you wanted, how you wanted. Don't want to use your credit? Don't. Don't have credit? Don't worry. Want to set up a payment plan around your paydates so you're never short on cash? It's up to you. Imagine payments that fit your budget, your schedule, your life. That's Rent-A-Center. Imagine that. No credit needed. Flexible payment plans scheduled around your needs. Imagine new possibilities at Rent-A-Center. Rental purchase transaction. See store for details.
Geico RV presents Reflections from the Road.
After a few hours riding in my RV, I get in the zone. It's just me, the road, and the savings I get with Geico RV insurance. There's no more worries, no more 9-to-5 hustle. It's like I'm a caged animal set free. What's that? Is it a grizzly bear? No, it's just me switching to Geico RV insurance. Saving money, wild and free.
Geico, for your RV, trailer, or camper. See how much you could save.
WTBQ weather. Very nice fall weather this afternoon. Sunshine, just a couple of clouds mixing in at times. High temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Clouds increase this evening, leading to the chance of showers and then steadier rain after midnight. Rain continues for at least the morning tomorrow, highs about 65 or so. Clearing and breezy at night, 40 to 45, and partly sunny near 60 on Sunday. In the WTBQ Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ken Elliott.
WTBQ. And welcome back to Taking Care of Business. I'm Mike Sweeten, your host, and we're visiting today with Ryan Hansen, along with his wife Katie. They're proprietors of CrossFit Warwick, located at 77 Forester Avenue, which is the mechanical rubber building. Go to the right, go in the beautiful gym area that they've got. They've got multiple rooms, right, Ryan, if I remember correctly?
Not really multiple rooms. We just got a big
space, right?
Big space now. Okay. We're at 5,000 square feet. Little office and a bathroom.
So it's pretty nice. They've got it. It's laid out, so that you can do all your training and feel healthy, and that's really the point. Also, we have in the studio with us Donny Shankle. He is training for the 2016 Olympics, which are in Rio, I've learned, which is good. He is the weight coach for the new venture, the Warwick Weightlifting Club, located also at CrossFit. And Donny is a 5-time national champion, I heard you say?
Yes.
And you were number 2 man to go to the Olympics the last time, but they only took 1. So I got to ask you, why did they only take 1?
It has a lot to do with our performance as a team on a world level, and the points that we accrue, but we only accrued enough points at that time to where we had enough spot for 1 man. There's a whole bunch of logistics to that I don't follow as much as probably I could, but I'm a weightlifter. I'm focused on lifting the weight and trained well for that Olympic trials, but unfortunately just came up a little bit short.
But I think it seems from the determination you got, we're going to see in the 2016 Olympics. So
that's what I'm here for.
Good luck for that.
That's what I'm here for.
I asked the question off air, how did you end up in Warwick? Because you've trained all over the world, you've trained all over the country, and I guess you happened to, well, I'll let Ryan tell the story.
Donny came here for a seminar. I don't remember when it was. His first seminar he did here.
I think it was the same time last year.
Something like that,
Nice time to come. So smart, Ryan. Very good.
So we had him for the seminar. We took him out to eat at Iron Forge. It's a beautiful restaurant here in Warwick. And then, he went home. Like 3 months later, I sent him a message saying, you want to coach here? Kind of said, yeah. I'm like, whoa, awesome. And then, email back and forth and kind of set it up. And he came here in May.
And so that's great. And Donny, you mentioned that you kind of wanted to throw down roots again, and this is a good place to do it.
Yeah, I was moving around a lot at the time. I didn't know exactly. I didn't really have a place that I could call home. I was fortunately doing well teaching all over the U.S. Had the opportunity to teach at Australia and Asia, and I was having a fantastic time, doing that. But the competitive spirit kind of bit me again, and I didn't quite know where I was going to go with that. Because if you train for the sport of weightlifting or any sport, you have to put in some roots and grow that tree, So I was just teaching seminars and sitting down one day, and I said, you know what, let's go ahead and do this again. And I remember that Ryan and Katie had made me an offer to come be their weightlifting coach, and we got in contact, and who doesn't want to live in New York at least once? So I figured I'd come train all day in Warwick and then catch the bus to the city and check out New York City.
And it's one of the advantages here, right? We're in the beautiful Hudson Valley, which is still sort of rural for the most part, at least our little neck of the woods, and but yet we're only 50 miles or so to the city, and there's certainly a lot going on down there, so good times. Now, you train... because you're doing several things, right? You're teaching, but you're also training for the 2016 Olympics. So are those things combined? Do you do a regime that you do every day?
Well, I'm training usually in the morning and early afternoon before the weightlifting club trains together. The Warwick Weightlifting Club meets 3 times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. and then on Saturdays at 1 p.m. So I do not train when the club is training, because I want to give my attention to them.
Okay.
You know, and coaching is demanding. You know, having to watch all the athletes and trying to figure out what's going to work best for them as an individual. You know, initially in the genesis of training, everybody's all doing the same thing. You're snatching, you're cleaning, you're jerking. We're getting fluid in those movements. We're developing some coordination and strength and flexibility in those movements. But as time goes on, you know, I told Ryan when I came here, I said, I have an interest for a year, developing a weightlifting club within Warwick. Now, after that year is up, I want to handpick individuals that I see who have a great potential to compete and win on a national and international level for those lifters who are also interested in being Olympians one day. So,
wow. So, the scoring of weightlifting, is there techniques that you get scored on? Is it the way you do it?
Well, weightlifting is very technique-oriented, but as a great weightlifting coach and the godfather of weightlifting once said, Bill Starr, they don't award form points in weightlifting. It's either you lift the weight over your head or you don't. Okay. You know, if you have to do it crisply, there cannot be any doubt in the judges. There's 3 judges that judge you on a lift. Which after you have lifted that weight, they will give you a visual and audio down signal, you know. So they will determine whether or not you lifted that weight within the rules, you know. And as long as your arms do not bend on a snatch, remember the snatch is when you lift the bar from the ground overhead in one fluid motion. If the arms bend during that lift, then they're not going to pass that lift. You have to make it look beautiful, you know. And for the clean, if the elbows touch the thighs on the clean, for instance, remember the clean is when you lift the bar from the floor to your chest, then they're not going to pass that lift. And on the jerk, if you don't lock the bar smoothly over your head after you have cleaned it, then you're not going to get passed on that. So there is a point system. There is a structure that the judges and the weightlifting body, USA Weightlifting, will determine whether or not you have lifted that lift successfully or not.
And when I've watched it in the Olympics, it seems like you have to hold it for a certain amount of time.
Usually about 2 seconds, or just show control. Once you have shown control and have brought your feet back together after you have jerked it or after you have stood up with it in the snatch, then you will get that down signal typically within 2 seconds.
It's fascinating.
It's very adrenaline going.
I'll bet it is.
It's a fantastic sport. I wish more and more people would, take part in it.
Well, one of the things we're trying to do today is to introduce people to it because I think it's fascinating. And Ryan and I were talking. You know, it's not. You don't have to be somebody who thinks you want to be an Olympian or someone who wants to compete necessarily to join the Warwick Weightlifting Club. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have all ages. We have a 16-year-old that travels from Monroe Woodbury to come over to train with us, but also 63-year-old Bill Lindbergh. He was on the team for a little while. We have all ages, over 50. There's a couple people. Jerry Finn is on the team.
Oh, okay.
So, couple people. Varying ages, stuff like that. We want to get try to get some more teen athletes in from the football team, things like that. We think getting strong is going to benefit them.
Well, we talked about that it just seems perfect conditioning for youth sports, especially. I mean, you see these injuries that occur to a lot of times in the football arena on a high school level. So I would assume that if they improve their conditioning and strength, that they're less likely, perhaps.
Yeah, when they go to college, like if that's the goal for the athlete to go to college, they're going to have a strength coach. So why not start now? There's always Division I has a strength coach, Division III has strength coaches, Division II. Every college has a strength coach. Every NFL team has a strength coach. Pretty much any other sport has strength coaches. So at the high school level, you don't really have the funding for that. So, coming to a gym like us, we're your strength coaches.
It's perfect, and you will train with a 5-time national champion and someone who himself hopefully will be representing this country in the 2016 Olympics. We're going to take our last break. We'll come back. We'll get your last-minute thoughts on weightlifting and the benefits to all of us. We'll be right back.
You can always trust Leo Cadis Ford for all your service needs. From oil changes to engine repair, hard to find parts, or even if you just need informed and reliable advice, they are at your service. Leo Cadis Ford provides certified service, and their reputation for quality work is always done right the first time and at a fair price. Leo Cadis Ford Service Department ranks shoulders above all others and treats all their customers with respect and genuine concern. Come in now and receive a free car wash and multi-point inspection, including an electronic front-end safety check with every service visit. Leo Cadis Ford, where they treat friends like family and family like friends. So stop by and become part of a family-run business for over 36 years. Conveniently located at 145 Route 94 in Warwick. Call 845-986-1131 for a free consultation. Leo Cadis Ford, one stop for all your service needs.
Hello, this is Ray Ray. I'm still at the Dotage Restaurant, 36 Oakland Avenue, Warwick, New York. Phone number 845-986-3666. Why don't you stop by? We have a large variety of Italian and American dishes. We have an early bird special. We have a special pub menu. And we have some very, very good items off the menu. Ask your waiter. Our music schedule is still abounding in great artists. Friday night is our band night. Friday night bands start at 8:30. Of course, entering his 4th year at the Dotage, Richard Wiggins, every Saturday night on piano and vocals from 7 p.m. to 11. We have a lot to offer, and I hope to see you. Come in and say hello. The Dotage Restaurant, 36 Oakland Avenue. Phone number 986-3666.
Do you know if you'll have enough money to live on during your retirement? Hi, I'm Ken Ford with the Warwick Valley Financial Advisors and host of From Wall Street to Main Street. When speaking with people who are about to retire, their biggest fear is running out of money in retirement. Most tell me that they've never sat down to figure out if their retirement is safe. We listen to your goals and review your entire situation so we can customize a strategy especially for you. We're located in the Clock Tower building here in Warwick. For a free consultation, give us a call, 981-7300.
Middletown Medical is the Hudson Valley's premier healthcare services provider. We know your time is valuable, which is why we're now offering a reservation service for our walk-in urgent care center at our beautiful new Chester location in the ShopRite Plaza. Call us when you're on your way, and you'll be the next person taken upon arrival. So when you're in need of urgent care services on your schedule, think of Middletown Medical's Reserve Your Spot program, 469-2692. Proud sponsor of Warwick Wildcats High School football.
Hi, it's Dr. Oz, inviting you to join me for your daily dose with Dr. Oz. I want to make sure you're informed. The number one weapon against illness is wellness. That's my daily mission.
Weekdays at 1:30 on WTBQ, radio worth listening to.
WTBQ. Welcome back to Taking Care of Business. I'm Mike Sweeten, your host. Remember, you can text any question to 845-397-7743. We'll pop it up on the screen and hopefully get you an answer, because I think this is a fascinating subject. We're very pleased and honored to have Donny Shankle, a 5-time national champion weightlifter, someone who was one person away from the last Olympics and who we expect to represent our country in the 2016 Olympics. He is the new weightlifting coach at the Warwick Weightlifting Club, located at CrossFit Warwick, 77 Forester Avenue in the Mechanical Rubber Building. Ryan and Katie Hansen have how long the business?
July 2010.
2010. So, it's going strong. They've got a great mix of folks that come there, and again, can be beginners right up to somebody that really is into exercising all the time. Yep. And they can fit their program to meet you. It's scalable, as Ryan likes to say, so that's good. So again, let's get back to weightlifting with Donny Shankle, and just a couple of things. It's not, again, the stereotypical 350-pound Russian weightlifter, right?
No, I mean, there's, like we talked about before, there's multiple weight classes and age divisions, which goes, the lightest weight class you will find is the 48-kilo women's weight class, which is 110 pounds. And then this progressively moves up as over 9 weight classes. So, don't think that there's not a spot in weightlifting for you. Even if you do not want to compete, I still encourage. As the weightlifting coach, I'm going to. My primary interest is going to encourage you to compete, because that's what most interests me, and I love to see that competition amongst lifters. But even if you don't want to compete, there's no mirrors at Intrepid Strength and Conditioning. You're not over there doing bicep curls, and all this crazy trash. You're in there lifting heavy weights. And what that does over time, when you put that stress on your body doing movements that require all of the muscles to work together, the nervous system to send signals through the body, working in conjunction with those muscles, you're putting your body under a tremendous amount of stress. And the body will adapt to that, and it triggers a hormone response, releasing testosterone, making you feel stronger, healthier. I used to teach weightlifting as a personal trainer in California, and that's how I started out coaching. And I would get, multiple different people come in, and just they all lack that one thing, that self-confidence. They come in there, put arm on my shoulder, and say, "I just had a horrible day." Well, let's go in the gym and train. And you see over time, as that hormone response, and that testosterone, cortisol levels have all begun to raise. You see that self-confidence raise with it, And the next thing you know, they're talking back at you, and they say, "I want to put another kilo more on the bar." It becomes very addictive, you see, that strength. Once you get just a little bit stronger, you want to continue to get stronger.
I think we probably all have a little bit of a competitive edge, even if it's not to be in a professional competitive capacity, but we always want to try to push ourselves a bit,
Absolutely,
right?
Yes. And I'd love to see the high school boys and girls get in Intrepid Strength and Conditioning, and have that competitive drive. You see, it's all in a group. So when you train together in a group, uncommon things happen. When you're training by yourself, not so much. But when you get together in a group of like-minded, single-minded, aggressive, attack the weight, attack the bar individuals who want to say, "I will lift more than you. Okay, you beat me today, but I will come back tomorrow and lift more than you." Watch the good things that happen, the positive things that happen. And that's within that group atmosphere. You also have that positive mind, very psychological weightlifting.
And you probably learn things about yourself that I don't think I can do that, but then
absolutely,
actually you end up doing it, and you say, maybe I can do something else.
Every
right?
weight you lift, you learn how to lift that weight in the future and how to lift more, and it all starts up in the mind. That's what lifts the weight.
So Ryan, you're training because you want to compete in the bobsled competition, hopefully in the Olympics someday?
Hopefully. We'll see. Gotta get on the team first, but it's the goal.
But you're using weightlifting as a tool to get you there, I guess, right? Yep. To build your strength, so you're better able to compete in that particular sport.
Yep.
And I think that was one of the points Donny was making earlier. Is if you're on a high school team and listen, it's competitive, right? You want to be the best. This may be also a way for you to improve.
Yeah, definitely.
And Ryan led into that. The denominator that separates excellence from mediocrity at what you do is how hard you're willing to work and get stronger. The stronger man in the field is less likely to get hurt.
Which is important. I mean, the news is all the time. Kids, and unfortunately, young man died just a couple of days ago on Long Island. But that the potential to get hurt in high school sports is so great
Yeah, weightlifting's very safe. Of all the sports out there, weightlifting's injury rate is very, very low. Whereas as opposed to soccer is the highest injury rate of all sports. And that's the great thing about Intrepid is Ryan and Katie have brought me in to supervise in a safe setting where you can go in there and lift these heavy weights and drop them back down to the ground safely.
We do have a question that came in. It says, I have a technical weightlifting question for Mr. Shankle. When I do squats, it seems easy to get the bar on my shoulders and squat down, but I have a hard time standing back up. There you go.
I'm going to find out who this is, because this is a little, I offer emails to people to ask me weightlifting questions, and I got this email one day from someone who said, Donny, I have no problem squatting down when I do my squats, but it's hard to stand up, Well, heck yeah, it's hard to stand up. That's the hard part, So this is a little question from someone in the club, I'm sure. You see,
it's got to be Alex or Ben.
That's how close-knit we are, but yeah, you get to squat, squat. Just lift weights, I don't know what else to say to that, Just get the bar on your
just
shoulders.
Do it. Is that the
squat every day? There you go.
We're visiting with Donny Shankle. He's the weightlifting coach for the Warwick Weightlifting Club, a new venture located at CrossFit in Warwick, which is at 77 Forester Avenue. Give them a call at 986-7800. Donny, I think Brian would agree that we're very lucky to have a 5-time national champion here in Warwick. You at least pledged to be here a year. We hear, so that's good. As you train for your next challenge, which is the 2016 Olympics in Rio. Let's say I come. I've never, I lift weights through the course of my life at different times, right? A little bit, but not anything serious. So I want to come and do it. Do you spend some time before I lift the first weight explaining to me what I need to do and how to do it and the technique? And
sure. I'll teach you. Ryan will teach you. We have some other staff members who will help teach you as you lift within the club, within the group. You'll be watching other lifters lift. And I want everyone to just remember one word when it comes to that. Is it gradually? Everybody's got to start somewhere. When I did my first snatch and clean and jerk, I fell on my behind many times. I didn't have the coordination to lift the bar, but it just takes time. We have a girl in the gym right now who is really blowing me away. What's her name? Nadia.
Nadia.
Right? She came in here the first day, not moving well at all. And I was watching her yesterday. Of all my club members, all those members on that weightlifting team right now, I tell you what, she's just blowing me away. But that shows with consistency. And I always tell that little formula to getting stronger. That ain't hard. Keep it simple. Keep it consistent. And in time, good things will happen.
So you start out with a reasonable amount of weight, I assume, and then you build yourself up.
Start out with the bar.
Okay. Yeah, the bar, go from there.
Start out with a 20-pound bar.
Wow.
And then we'll go to 25 pounds. And then 30 pounds. Over time, year. I tell all the lifters in the club, give it a year. Don't ask me any questions until a year goes by.
Give it a year. All right, so you have no excuse. I want you to call 986-7800, find out when the next weightlifting class is being held, and take a chance of a lifetime to train with a 5-time national champion weightlifter and a future Olympian. So I think it's great to give them a call. Ryan and Donny, I want to thank you for being on today. It's been great.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
We enjoy it. Remember, 77 Forester Avenue. You can't miss it. It's 986-7800. Stop in. They're there 7 days a week, and they'll hook you up, get you started on either CrossFit training or right into the weightlifting. And, again, young people out there, if you think you want to better yourself, even just your confidence level, this sounds like the way that you can do it. And you can do it at your pace, and you can go with the group, and it'll be a lot of fun. So thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed taking care of business. Remember, Applefest is Sunday, and the congressional debate at the Middletown High School on Monday evening at 7 p.m. We'll see you next week on Taking Care of Business.